So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. In today's video, we have the second part of the blockbuster trade between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Chicago Bulls, and it is now Josh Giddey's time in Chicago. Late last week, a straight-up one-for-one player swap happened between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Chicago Bulls. The Bulls sent out Alex Caruso to the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are looking for a little bit more defense, a little bit more of a player that can shoot and kind of win now. And the Chicago Bulls, who are obviously, or at least hopefully, going to be entering full-scale rebuild mode. We're looking for some young talent. They pick up 21-year-old Josh Giddey. And this is a very interesting trade for me because I don't really have many doubts in my mind that the Bulls probably could have gotten at least one first-round pick if they wanted to move on from Alex Caruso. Ultimately, it seems like anyways, they decided to kind of prioritize young talent, already kind of established himself in the league, and they went ahead and made the deal with the Thunder. We'll talk a little bit more about my thoughts on the trade and how I think the Bulls could have done a little bit better. I love the deal for the Thunder once we get into the video. But of course, before we do, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. The NBA draft is actually tomorrow. You are seeing this Tuesday and the draft is Wednesday. So we have that sort of content. So big thank you to everybody for kind of sticking with me up until now. I know it's a very kind of dead time between, kind of close to the end of the NBA playoffs and up to the draft and free agency and trades and all that stuff. So very much looking forward to a very exciting offseason. I'm very much looking forward to 5-year rebuilds as well. Let's get into this one today. As I start my recording, I kind of realize what I just said. No, this is not a 5-year rebuild. My apologies if I made it sound like that. Those are going to be coming a little later on into the summer. All right, here with the Bulls. I know I also just did one of these rebuilds, similar to how I just had to do another Oklahoma City Thunder rebuild yesterday. And I know I just did the Bulls, and that's unfortunate. It's literally always how it works with me. I make a video. Blockbuster trade happens like 2 days after. It's just kind of how my luck works in these circumstances. So let's talk about this Bulls roster, who have been in the middle of what we referred to as no man's land for quite some time. They're always in the play-in, competing for that 7-8 seed. Ultimately, never really a serious contender. And this is a team that needs a hard reset, honestly. They need to bottom out. They need to make sure they get their draft pick in 2025, because currently it's owned by the San Antonio Spurs, but it is top 10 protected. So let's talk about this roster right now and how I think this roster should, anyways, look very different heading into next season. So Coby White's only 24, was a most improved player candidate this year. I honestly think should be a few overalls higher than an 82, but fantastic contract, fantastic young player. Certainly going to be somebody we look to kind of build around here today as our point guard. Lonzo Ball, who's just been hurt for such a long time. It really wouldn't surprise me if the Bulls just completely kind of cut ties with him this offseason. I don't really know what to expect from Lonzo Ball bouncing back from yet another injury, and it's not his fault. It's just shitty circumstances, and it's probably time for them to move on. Jevon Carter is a decent kind of third point guard option, defensive guard, 74 overall at 28 years old. Probably not a long-term outlook piece for me here, but he's certainly nice to have under contract. Zach LaVine is somebody I expect to be moved. I don't know if anybody's going to take on that contract, but obviously he is getting paid a lot of money right now, and he's entering his age 30 season. His relationship with the Bulls has kind of reportedly been up and down, and for good reason. So I get it. I think he would do better on a better team, but that can be said about a lot of guys. So I don't know who's going to be willing to take on that deal. I hope somebody is, though, because I'd like to see Zach LaVine on a winning team. Let's talk about the man of the hour, Josh Giddey, who has had a very interesting career up until this point. I thought he was going to be a very, very good fit with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the backcourt. And it's not necessarily that they're a bad fit together. He's just somebody that I feel like is so much better when he has the ball in his hands. And ultimately, when you look at that Oklahoma City team, he was never going to be somebody that was controlling the game, kind of controlling the flow of it, and finding a new home here in Chicago where there's really not expectations in terms of winning right now, no offense, I think would be the best thing possible for him. I mean, look, he is fourth in most triple-doubles for a player 21 years or younger. I think he's only behind, Magic, Ben Simmons, and is it LeBron? It's somebody else, but he has 11 of them already, and the guy's 21 years old. So I think this is going to be a good kind of fresh start for Josh Giddey. Obviously had some interesting challenges off the court as well in Oklahoma City. I'm excited to see him get a shot somewhere else here in Chicago. Ayo Dosunmu, also 24 years old, kind of similar to Coby White, a nice, young enough player that can definitely kind of be one of the building blocks for me here today. You got Dalen Terry, only 21, see if he can slide in the rotation at some point. I am almost begging the Chicago Bulls at this point, just let DeMar DeRozan go. I understand that they might pay him or might be able to pay him more than anybody else is. Let him go. Please let DeMar be on a competitive team attempting to win a ring. It would be very, very cool. I mean, I loved watching DeMar, especially as a child. And now that he enters, his age 34, 35 season, he's not getting any younger. And who knows how many years he has left. And I really hope he doesn't spend them rotting away in Chicago because he's too good of a player to retire without a ring. I really hope he does get one. Julian Phillips, and then I cannot pronounce this dude's name. Batim, I don't really know, but he's not going to be playing here for us today. Patrick Williams is somebody I do think would benefit a little bit from a fresh start somewhere. I don't know if we're going to do that here today in 2K, but if some team out there actually wants to offer him a decent chunk of change in real life, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bulls let him go. But not to say he's not young, he still has a little potential. Javonte Green, Torrey Craig, veteran pieces, probably won't be here. And then the center spot, much like Zach LaVine, Nikola Vucevic needs to be moved. I don't know who wants Nikola Vucevic in this contract he signed, but he's not very good. I'm not a big fan of Nikola Vucevic. Many of you are probably aware of that. I did not like the trade at the time that it happened with them in the Orlando Magic, and I still don't like it now. So Vucevic is somebody we're going to look to move, and then Drummond probably just going to take his talents elsewhere as he's entering free agency. So let's get into it. Billy Donovan is remaining the head coach of this team. I know there was some interest in some college teams potentially picking him up from Chicago. The Bulls wanted to hang on to him, so he'll stay here for now as he does have pretty good ratings, even though the job he's done over the past few seasons, I wouldn't say has necessarily been great, but he also hasn't had a lot to work with, let's be honest. So 11th overall pick. This is not a prospect rebuild. I'm not going to go through the draft order the exact way I think it is going to. Once the actual draft happens, I will go through the entire, draft order. I'll set that, and then we'll go off our rebuilds from there. But as of now, 11th overall pick. I'm just going to see who's sitting there for us. I'm not even going to, try to map this out. Let's take a look at the summary. Reza Shea, Sarr, Topic, Collier. You get it. Let's see. Who's sitting here? Rob Dillingham's sitting here. Feels like that could be a really solid pick. I see Cody Williams is also sitting here. He was actually the player I took in my Bulls rebuild, and I might be tempted to take him again today. I know some people might want me to switch it up a little bit, but I do think Cody Williams on the Bulls would be really, really fun. So, oh, man. Yeah, I'm between Dillingham and Williams. The thing is, I think small forward is a bigger position of need because I am going to let DeMar DeRozan, walk in free agency. We're going to let him hopefully sign somewhere with a contender. So, and then obviously we have Kobe White at the point guard spot. Josh Giddey can play the point guard spot. We have some options there. So I'm taking Williams. I do prefer Dillingham a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and select Cody Williams like we did in our prospect rebuild, and hopefully he can grow into a nice piece for us here today. So Lonzo actually accepts his player option. Now, I'm assuming that's something he's also going to do in real life just because nobody's giving him, $22 million on an open market coming back from, a very, very serious leg injury. So I would expect him and the Bulls to work on some sort of, whether it's a buyout or a trade. I do not think Lonzo's going to be a Bull next year. We are going to pick up Dalen Terry's player option, then Batim, again, just awful with names. Going to let him walk. All right, qualifying. Patrick Williams, I will qualify. $10 million is certainly an expensive price tag, but he was number 4 overall in 2020? Yeah, he was. So makes sense that it's an expensive qualifying offer. We just got to kind of see what he wants here, and we'll go from there. So he's asking for about $18 million. Probably not a price tag that I am very comfortable with. What I'm going to do is let him, explore the market. If he has a bigger offer somewhere else, I'll let him kind of take that and just probably not match it. If he, has a small one or accepts his qualifying, we'll go from there. So right now it is about going kind of youth movement here. It is about gutting this team because I want to really, really suck next season. I have no idea why the Toronto Raptors are interested in Zach LaVine and his $43 million salary, but if they want to trade me a 20-year-old Grady Dick, who obviously has a decent amount of potential, not saying it's higher than LaVine, but it's also going to save us a shit ton of money, I'm going to go ahead and take it. Now, there were a couple other trades that were maybe a little bit more enticing in terms of young players, but it just didn't really feel like something I kind of wanted to take advantage. Like, it's all 2K stupidity, and I understand this is also a situation like that, but we're not completely ripping off a team right now. So, Grady Dick, Javon Freeman Liberty, welcome to the Chicago Bulls. That is kind of our first blockbuster of today's video. I know there have been some potential rumblings about the New York Knicks being interested in a Mitchell Robinson trade. I am damn near positive this is not the deal they have in mind, but we're going to go ahead and take advantage of this offer. A 1-for-1 swap with Nikola Vucevic and Mitchell Robinson. Mitchell Robinson, obviously, significantly younger. What is that? 7 years younger. He's making $6 million less, and I think the ceiling is definitely higher on Robinson at this point in both their respective careers. So very excited about this. Again, not really sure why the New York Knicks want to do it, but thank you very much. I've been searching searching the market for a potential Patrick Williams replacement, and I landed on a deal here with the Brooklyn Nets that's going to get us Cameron Johnson. Now, as you can see, Ben Simmons is also in this deal. I am certainly not excited about that contract and how much money he's making, but ultimately it is 1 year left on it, and we're not going to have him past that. And I may even trade him before that. This is not a realistic rebuild. So Cameron Johnson is 28. I'm not saying he's some young buck prospect that's going to grow into some sort of star, but he is certainly a nice placeholder, and he's under contract for multiple years. So Lonzo Ball, Javon Carter, neither of which really had long futures here, are going to be heading to the Brooklyn Nets, and I think this is a deal. How is Ben Simmons more valuable than Cameron Johnson? 2K needs to get their priorities straight. Ben Simmons should be a net negative. Like, he should not be a 2.5-star player. God bless the stupidity of this fucking game. A deal with the Denver Nuggets is going to land us Zeke Naji, who's 23 years old, is definitely making a little bit more than an above-average contract as a 73 overall backup center, but there's a little bit of upside there that maybe he wasn't getting in Denver, backing up, the best center and best player in the world in Nikola Jokic. So, Torrey Craig, Julian Phillips, and a 2028 second heading back to Denver, Zeke Naji, Jalen Pickett coming back here to Chicago. So that is going to be the new backup for Mitchell Robinson again. It is a somewhat low overall for the money he is making, but he's still only 23 years old, and we're not exactly trying to win basketball games right now. So I'm excited about that deal. Cameron Johnson, as I mentioned, is going to be my starting power forward for year one, and then we're still waiting to see what Patrick Williams is going to do, but the rest of this team's pretty much figured out. I moved Grady Dick to the small forward spot. Cody Williams probably going to start over Dick. I think there's just a little bit more potential there. We have Giddey, we have DeSumo. Dalen Terry is still under contract, so I'm going to hang on to him for now. Unfortunately, with the Josh Giddey trade, the Grady Dick trade, it just kind of leaves, another rotation spot for Dalen Terry to not have. So I do kind of feel bad in that sense, but it's just the reality of the way these things go. I do not really need Javon Freeman Liberty, so thank you very much, Clippers. And now I'm going to take a look at my backup power forward options. Again, I'm fully understanding that Patrick Williams is one of those, but I don't really want to pay him $18 million. So I'm going to, let's just see. Who are my options here? Yeah, they're not a lot. It's not a long list of elite players. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just pay him. I know I don't want to do it, and I know he maybe doesn't deserve $80 million, but I'm going to pay him because I do think he could be a trade asset at some point in time. So, we're already letting DeMar DeRozan, Andre Drummond kind of walk out the door for nothing. We're not getting any return for that whatsoever, which, again, another mistake by the Bulls front office. I do not want to make that same mistake with 22-year-old Patrick Williams. So, $80 million is coming that young man's way. Good for him. It's not necessarily great for us, but we now have our 10-man rotation heading into year one. A friendly reminder that we went about this offseason the way we did because our first-round pick for 2025, aka this year, is currently owned by the San Antonio Spurs, but it is top 10 protected. Our goal is to not be good right now, and I understand some people don't necessarily like that approach, but being stuck in the middle of the pack and really never going to be a serious contender is the absolute worst way you can build a franchise. It is a terrible direction to take, and the Bulls have done it for way too long. So I really do hope they commit to the tank this offseason. Maybe Cooper Flagg ends up a Chicago Bull. But this is the way we're going about this right now. And this team, although is not necessarily terrible, there's a lot of really nice role players on this team. I don't expect to be any sort of, play-in contender or playoff contender. So I'd like to be bad. That's our goal. Hopefully it comes true. It is Kobe White, Josh Giddey, Cody Williams, Cameron Johnson, and Mitchell Robinson as our 1 through 5. This is not the suggested starting 5. The game actually wants me to start Williams and Dick at the 4 and at the 3, but we're going with the guys that I think are going to be beneficial the most in the long run. Grady Dick will be my 6th man. You got Ayo DeSumo behind him, Patrick Williams, Ben Simmons, and Zeke Naji. So, all things considered, it's really not a terrible bench. There is a lot of players here that could maybe even be starters on this team, but ultimately that is hopefully going to benefit us in the long run more than it is now. So we're looking to be bad. I am going to be very disappointed if we are not, but that is just the way it goes sometimes. I will see you guys at the end of year number 1. Nikola Jokic wins another MVP to wrap up year 1, but more importantly, we go 28-54, which again, all things considered, is kind of where we wanted to be. I was actually hoping we were going to be a little bit worse, but no. 28 wins, clearly not in the playoff mix, not in the play-in mix. It's what we were hoping for. Stephon Castle, your rookie of the year. Draymond Green now in a bench role is your 6th man of the year. Wemby is your depoy. This is what we were looking for. This is exactly what we were looking for. 20.5 points, 9 rebounds, 5.5 assists. Shooting splits are okay, about 48% from the field. That's fine. Like that free throw percentage to be a little bit higher. Obviously, the 3-point percentage could be a little bit better as well, but I will take that. That is exactly what we were looking for, for our 21, 22-year-old kind of young prospect player. You get it. Damian Lillard, clutch player of the year. Mike Malone does win coach of the year. So, again, this is exactly the kind of year we were hoping for. We got in a war with Josh Giddey. We were bad enough that we're going to have our draft pick I am excited. Let's take a look at the Eastern Conference. We finished as the 14th seed here, only behind the Washington Wizards, and it looks like we have the third worst record in all of basketball, so I'll take it. I will 1,000% take it. Let's dive into the numbers a little bit. Josh Giddey did lead us in scoring. He's up to an 84 overall. You got Kobe White as our second option. Cody Williams emerging nicely. It's probably all rookie first team if I had to guess. Cameron Johnson, Dick, Desumu, Robinson, Williams, Simmons, and then Najee. Rebounds per game led by Robinson, and assists is Kobe White. I almost just didn't realize until I was going through, some of the numbers right here, just how many really good defensive players we do have on this team. So that'll be a nice thing to have moving forward, as we are now going to at least attempt to kind of turn this into a winning basketball team. Let's sim through the playoffs. It is a Raptors and a Nuggets finals. Okay, a sweep, and Paolo still won Eastern Conference Finals MVP. I know we traded Zach LaVine here, so I'm happy he's competing for a championship, but there's just not a way in hell that this is actually a really, really good team. But good for you, I guess. And the Nuggets won it all, Jokic Finals MVP. All right, heading into, I would say, our most important, time of this video so far. Obviously, this draft pick is going to be really key no matter where it lands. So let's just hopefully, it might say it's unprotected. It's not unprotected. I know the protection. So let's just go ahead, see where this one lands. And it is at number 2. We do have our draft pick, which is great. Second overall selection will now give us a few different options in terms of the direction we want to go of this video. Do I want to bring back Billy Donovan? Feels like a good Stauffer video. I'm going to go out and offer Mike Stauffer a contract. Now, we are his only offer. I don't know if he'll accept it, so I'll also offer Jacob Underwood just in case. And then I'm going to offer my guy, Joe Mazzulla. I like me Joe Mazzulla, don't get me wrong. All right, let's see what we got here. We get them all. I'm going to go with Stauffer. It feels like perfect ratings or something that would be really beneficial today. Okay, second overall pick. The last time I did a Bulls rebuild, I drafted Cooper Flagg. I am not going to exactly do what I did, so I will pass on Cooper Flagg. I'm assuming he's going to go number 1 overall anyways, so there are a couple different paths we could take here, whether we keep the pick, trade the pick. I'm not really sure, so I'll either see you guys with the move or in the draft. There was nobody that I could really trade for. It's always very, very challenging to trade for players, especially really good ones before the draft, because there's so many options, so many moving parts. All right, Thunder are on the clock. Please take Cooper Flagg. I do not want to have to... Oh, my God. What? I thought it said Thunder. Oh, you know what? It is a Thunder. That's just the Clippers pick. Holy shit. All right, well, De'Aaron Fox is now in Oklahoma City Thunder. And now the Kings are on the clock, and they take Cooper Flagg. Okay. Very, very interesting deal. Nonetheless, I feel like Ace Bailey is probably my guy right here. Now, I don't know exactly what his role will be, but it says he's clearly the best prospect. I don't know this draft class very well. I'm not going to lie to you all and pretend that I do. And then we also have 2 other first-round picks, number 19, number 29. I will use 19 and just see if I can draft some. Nobody wants to... Seriously. Oh, what a pain in the... You know what? I'm drafting players. I'll draft guys at both spots. I'll probably end up trading at least one of them, but just because I'm not really getting the value I want there. All right, Carter Bryant, another small forward, C+ overall. Ian Jackson, somebody I've drafted before. I'm taking Carter Bryant. Again, both of these guys that I drafted, 19 and 29, are probably going to be moved, but it doesn't really matter right now. All right, and then final pick, Nolan Traore. I feel like I recognize that name. I think I do anyways. All right, that is the 2025 draft. We have 3 selections. Ace Bailey, who is an 80 overall, Carter Bryant, who's a 75, and then Nolan Traore, who is a 72. So not exactly sure what we're going to do with all of these players, but we'll find out. Grady Dick, Dale, and Terry will both be coming back. We look at qualifying. Now, Josh Giddey, who just won a Most Improved Player award, is certainly going to be asking for a pretty penny. I am just curious how much that pretty penny is going to be. It's about $28 million annually. Certainly not an easy swing. And then this is also a loaded free agency class. So, if we want to go out and make a move for one of the big names, whether it's Tatum, Brunson, Mitchell, whoever it is, we certainly have the flexibility to do that, but it is a little risky because we don't have the money right now. We'd have to clear it up. So I'm not sure if we're actually going to go after one of these big names. There are a lot of fun players here, but the big names like Tatum, Brunson, Mitchell all have multiple offers, even Jimmy Butler. And then Kyrie could be fun. Where am I playing him? It's Josh Giddey's my shooting guard. I like Kobe White quite a bit. So, yeah, I don't know yet. Okay, we just pulled off a very big trade with the Minnesota Timberwolves and landed ourselves Karl-Anthony Towns. Karl-Anthony Towns is not a player I trade for a lot, mostly because he just makes a metric fuck ton of money. But we give up Cameron Johnson, Patrick Williams, Nolan Traore, I think 1 future first and 1 future second, along with Dalen Terry. So that was the full contract, or the full deal, excuse me. And now we had a player in Karl-Anthony Towns who I'm very excited about. I think is more of a center than a power forward. He's listed as a 4 just because he was playing next to Gobert. But I'm interested to see how him and Mitchell Robinson fit in a front court together. So that is one trade. I still think there's another move coming because as much as I love, the group of 21 and under here we have at our small forward spot, I still think that I want to be competitive right now, and I'd like to maybe make just one more upgrade. Nobody has ever accused 2K of being realistic, and yeah, they're offering me Zach Rizichet for Iota Sumu, Carter Bryant, and Jalen Pickett. We're also getting a draft pick back in this deal. Rizichet did not have a great first season with the Atlanta Hawks. I have no idea why, but I'm going to take advantage of 2K stupidity. So my plan right now is to actually play him at the backup 4. I don't really know how that's going to work, but oh my god, maybe I shouldn't do that. All right, well, maybe we're going to have to rethink this kind of on the fly. Okay, I have a plan. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep Ace Bailey. I ultimately decided that I think he has a lot of potential, and he probably does. So I'm going to play him. Rizichet will be his backup. And then Grady Dick is actually going to get moved to the backup 2 guard. And then Cody Williams kind of feels like he's the odd man out, unfortunately, but it's just kind of the way these things go sometimes. Dick goes down 1. Williams goes down 2. Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, but I'm not necessarily terribly upset about it, right? I mean, all of these guys we had on this team were not winning for a reason, and now that we're going to go ahead and have an opportunity to get a little bit younger and a little bit better, I am very excited about it. So Williams, I know we just drafted him 11th overall, but it was just too hard to pass up on Rizichet, and we did draft Bailey. So Williams, who is 4.5 stars in value, which is certainly nothing to just pass up upon. Ooh, Nikola Jovic is sitting here. Would I be dumb to pass up on Nikola Jovic? I might be. Miles Bridges, if he wasn't an asshole, I'd probably add him. I could also just get Cameron Johnson back on this team, which actually might be a smart thing to do. I know he's making a metric fuck ton of money, but we still don't have money to spend anyway. So you know what? We're going to pick up CJ back on this team. I do not need AJ Green. We're going to bring back, obviously... Ooh, first jump pick. Thank you very much. We're obviously going to bring back Josh Giddey at this point, and then we'll find ourselves a new backup point guard because Brickleberry Simmons is not going to be that for me. So welcome back, Josh Giddey. Excited to have you back here after a really, really solid first stint in here in Chicago. And then now my backup point guard options. Oh my God, do I have to bring back Ben Simmons? I don't want to, but honestly, he might be my best option. So you know what? Fuck it. Who really cares at this point? It's not like we're paying him a shit ton of money. Okay, very, very interesting offseason. In terms of shit ton of higher overalls, we didn't necessarily go that path, but we got a lot of young talent here. This is going to be a very interesting second season for us because we didn't necessarily make a ton of upgrades that are going to help us win now, but I do think this team is talented enough to be in the playoff mix. So that's just kind of my initial thoughts. I don't know if that's obviously going to be a true statement, but I really like the flexibility we still have with this group right here while maintaining a competitive core. It is Kelby White, Josh Giddey, Ace Bailey, Karl-Anthony Towns, and Mitchell Robinson, Ben Simmons, Zach Rizichet, who we just got for basically nothing. Not nothing, but the Atlanta Hawks just kind of gave up on the number 1 overall pick. I'm excited about that. Grady Dick behind him, Cameron Johnson, Ben Simmons, and then Zeke Naji. So I like this team. I do. It's a different approach than what we typically take. We didn't shoot for a superstar necessarily in our second offseason, so I'm pumped about it. I really am. I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. SGA wins the MVP award here at the end of our second season, but more importantly, we go 50-32, which I feel like is an above average from, well, let me phrase it like this. It exceeded my expectations. I thought this was maybe, a 44, 46 win team. 50-32 is beautiful. Cooper Flagg did go number 1 overall after a blockbuster deal between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Sacramento Kings. He's a rookie of the year. Malcolm Brogdon, now in Brooklyn, wins his second career 6th man. Wemby, another DPOY. Kel Ware, most improved in LA. Steph Curry, clutch player of the year. Mark Daigneault does win coach of the year for the 59-win Oklahoma City Thunder. Okay, standings time. We're a 2 seed here. We are facing a play-in team, which is insane when you really think about it. This team was very, very fun, and as I mentioned, I had a pretty good feeling. I didn't think it was 50 wins good, but I will 1,000% take it. Karl-Anthony Towns, Josh Giddey, who was fantastic, about 21.5 points, 8 boards, 6.5, 7 assists, was 47% from the field, was what, 30? Okay, well, that sucks, but everything else is fantastic. Kobe White, Rizichet, Dick Johnson. Okay, I expected a little more here from Ace Bailey, I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, the man played a lot. Yeah, it's a tough rookie season for him. It is what it is, though. Rebounds per game was Robinson, and assists was Josh Giddey. Okay, so as I mentioned, facing a play-in team. That play-in team is the Milwaukee Bucks with Dame, Giannis, Middleton. I know they're getting up there in age, but they are still definitely going to be a really tough matchup. Okay, well, not the start I was looking for. We do go win 2 on the road, and now we go up 3-2. Game 7. We win. Holy shit, we won. I'll take it. All right, moving on to the Brooklyn Nets here. Lonzo Ball, an old friend. Josh Christopher, Bridges, Asanuli, Jalen Duren, Nick Claxton, Malcolm Brogdon. Okay. Oh, shit. I got to sim everything. Here goes nothing. To the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. Quick 2-0 lead for us. They do win Game 3 on their home floor and Game 4. We win 5. We win 6. We are now headed to the Eastern Conference Finals to take on the Indiana Pacers, who added Jalen Suggs. Oh my God, you just got Jalen Suggs for nothing? That's nice. Why can't I do that? All right, we are up 2-1. Oh my God. What the fuck is going on? Now, we all know how much the Thunder are demons here. I don't really expect us to win this series. Also, what the fuck? You made a blockbuster trade, traded the -- 1 overall pick for De'Aaron Fox, and you can't even find a way to get him into the starting lineup? God bless 2K. This is a death fucking squad. There's no way There's no way. What is happening? There's no... What? Oh my God. We're up 3-1 in the finals. We're heading back to Oklahoma City. We're kind of getting our backs blown out right now. Please don't lose this. I do not want to blow a 3-1 lead. I would like to just win. I really would. Please hold a lead at home. And this would be... I'm not even going to lie to you. If we get this done, this would be one of my more surprising championship teams. Right? Like, oh shit. I'll see you guys in there. The Thunder have outscored us 38-25 here in the fourth quarter, which leaves us at a 115 all-ball game with 2:47 left to go here in what could be a closeout Game 6 for us. So I am going to do my best here to just play really smart 2K. Karl-Anthony Towns worked... You're 7 feet tall, Carl. Dunk the fucking basketball. Oh my God. Why is Reza Shea on SGA? That is not the matchup I want. Why would the starters not be in the game right now? Oh my God. We're getting fucking fried. And Ron Holland against Karl-Anthony Towns. Is Reza Shea my point guard right now? Oh my God. I'm getting fucking deep fried out here. Put the fucking starters in the game. What the fuck is this team in here right now? I need a point guard. I need a fucking facilitator. No disrespect to Reza Shea, but there's no fucking logical explanation, thank you, that all of these guys should be in here. All right, that is what I was looking for. Now Chet Holmgren going to the stripe for 2 free throws. Oh my God, Karl-Anthony Towns is 38, 3-3. I have no interest in going back to Oklahoma City for a closeout Game 7 after being up 3-1. That's not what I'm looking for. We got to take advantage right now. Chet Holmgren hopefully will miss a free throw. That would certainly be nice. But it's good to have Giddey and White back in the game. They are definitely going to be better point guard options than Reza Shea. God, this game is so fucking stupid sometimes. All right, Kobe White, who's got 12, 1, and 7 on the night. Not exactly what I was looking for, but it's fine. Mitch, come give me a screen. We're going to hopefully blow by Chet once it comes here. Down, down. Foul? No, that's a stupid fucking shit. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, this is bad. This is... What the heck? J-Dub takes a shot. That's not a great shot. All right. I got to take advantage of this right now, and I'm playing like shit. Again, everybody knows I'm not necessarily a great 2K player. Let's just work J-Dub. If they want to put J-Dub against a 7-footer, let's just... This motherfucker, Karl-Anthony Towns. I'm hitting his fucking screen perfectly. Oh my God, we are getting so lucky. I am hitting the fucking green literally perfectly, and it's just not going. De'Aaron Fox, that's a foul! Am I losing it right now? I am getting fucking hosed. This is ridiculous. All right, you're going to call me a bitch. You're more than entitled to do so, but I'm not playing on-ball defense against probably the fastest player in the league. Fox misses, good board. Kobe, good board. All right, Bailey, who's got 11, 9, and 2 on the night. I need a streaker. Come on. Giddey, who's got 10, 7, and 7. All right, give me a screen. Mitch, I need you to roll. I need you to roll. I'm playing like such a fucking asshole right now, and now they're going to have a wide open De'Aaron Fox shot. Fuck. Fuck, 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 fuck. This is a less than ideal situation. I'm calling for the ISO, and then I'm going for the floppy. I need it. I need it. I need it. Is Towns going to be the three-point shooter? That's just not what I was looking for. All right, Bailey worked the low post here on Lou Dort. I am fucking befuddled right now. Why are we just smoking the easiest... I'm going to punch my fucking monitor. What the fuck is going on? This is why I don't do gameplay. But you sick fucks like watching it. Oh, I'm never doing gameplay again. I've decided. It's an executive decision. Why? I understand layups can be contested. NBA players hit contested layups, whether you want to admit or not. Good board, Mitch. Like, am I losing it, right? There's no fucking way. Why are we fouling? I can't. I legitimately can't with the fucking stupidity. Who designed this? Who designed this? Why are you fouling with 28 seconds left? Oh my God. This is just, I mean, it makes it a 2-possession game. Like, I understand you have to, do something, but intentionally making it a 2-point game to save fucking seconds is not a good idea. I'm not a fan of the foul like that. Because now it's a 4-point game. What do I do now? I just got to go force up a bad shot and hopefully have it go in? Like, what the fuck? Good putback. Like, why? What? Now you got a foul because there's less than the shot clock left, but it was so fucking stupid to do that originally. Like, it's over. Like, there's nothing I can do. They're going to hit the free throws. Like, it's so fucking stupid. I hate that philosophy. Let it play out. If there's more than a shot clock left and it's a one-possession game, let it play out. Why would you intentionally put yourself in a worse position than you're already in? It's stupid. It's idiotic. I don't get it. De'Aaron Fox is going to let his fucking nuts hang on me and just hit 2 free throws and basically extinguish this game, and then we have to head back to Oklahoma City and probably lose in Game 7. Mostly because this game sucks, but I also suck at this game. So, 2 free throws for Fox. I hate the auto timeout. It's so dumb. Let's go. I'm not changing anybody on the floor. Let's just call a spade. This one's probably over. God, I'm so disappointed right now. So disappointed. Like the auto settings this game has where it just does things automatically. It's so bad. Wasn't exactly do or die, but it sure felt like it. Now we head to Oklahoma City for a Game 7 that oh my God. Well, that was a surprise. Okay. I don't know. What? I have no idea. Well, that was not only one of the most surprising championships ever. I can't believe we almost blew a 3-1 lead, then went back to Oklahoma City. I have no idea. I'm genuinely like at a loss for words right now. This game pisses me off. That's San Antonio pick. I don't know if we're actually supposed to have it. Oh, we have it at 12. Yeah, I don't know. We're good with Stauffer. I'm just honestly going to trade it. Maybe I'm supposed to have it. Maybe I'm not. Somebody's going to get mad at me either way. So let's just trade the pick. We're adding John Collins to this team as our backup center option. Zeke Najee's, overall development just wasn't really going the way we expected and kind of hoped it would. Now, ultimately, he was only playing 10 minutes a night, so I do get it. But John Collins is going to be a nice upgrade there at that backup center spot. And I believe that was our only pick this year. It was. We will skip over the draft. We're going to hit team player options. Dick and Reza Shea both going to be brought back. And then there's not going to be many other major changes. Again, I was expecting this offseason that we were going to have to, add a superstar because I also just thought we weren't going to be an actual competitive team. But then we went on to beat the Demon Thunder super team. So there's really not going to be many other changes. I will find myself a new backup point guard. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Oh, boy, these are not exactly exciting options here. Well, some of you are going to get mad. I'm adding Bogey and I'm trading Bogey. Nobody's a fan. I get it, but it's situational, and it's going to be this time. It's going to have to happen. So, Bogey, small forward. I get it. It's a douchebag thing to do, but it's the only other move we're going to make, and it's for a backup point guard. So who really cares? Ooh, Jaime Jaquez Jr. I don't need another wing. All right, I do need a point guard. Marcus Sasser, welcome to the team. I will see you guys at the start of the final regular season. I don't know if I'd quite call it a Cinderella run, but last year we were a 50-win team. To be fair, we were the 2 seed in the East, and then we went all the way to the NBA Finals, almost blew a 3-1 lead. I played some of the worst 2K ever. No, 2K hoed me out. I actually played pretty decently. No, I didn't. And then we ended up winning a championship. So I didn't make a lot of major moves because I didn't really have to. I wasn't really expecting that to be the case, but it was. And we're running back pretty much this championship team with a few upgrades on the bench. It's Kobe White, Josh Giddey, Ace Bailey, who had a tough rookie campaign, Karl Anthony Towns, Mitchell Robinson. Reza Shea will be my 6th man. You got John Collins now as new backup center. Grady Dick still going strong. Marcus Sasser, new addition. And Cameron Johnson. So, yeah, I mean, it ain't broke. I didn't really fix it. I'll see you guys at the end of the final regular season. Luka is a Clipper, and he wins MVP. God bless 2K. This was a 60-win team. We go 60-22. I didn't think this team was talented enough to win 60 games, but it's just one of those days with 2K, I guess. Elsie Harrington, Scoot Henderson, Wemby, Jarris Walker, Luka Doncic, Mike Stauffer does win Coach of the Year. It is a safe bet that we are the 1 seed here in the East. Wow, only by 1 game, but we are, and it was the best record in all of basketball. So, again, this is a weird rebuild because this team is obviously talented. You don't win championships without being talented, but it just feels like we have a lot of elite role players, right? Like, is there really... I mean, Karl Anthony Towns isn't a role player, but everybody else either feels like they're just too young to be a star or like they're just a role player, and it is what it is. All right, no more Donovan Mitchell for the Cavaliers, but they are still good, so we got to kind of take this slow and just see what ends up developing. Maybe I don't because we're up 3-0, and what the fuck's going on today? Pistons here in the East semis. Okay, they now have Scotty Barnes. There's no more Cade Cunningham. Interesting. I think we're the better team. I'm not going to lie to you. What the fuck is going on? I know we're good. We're not this good. Suggs and Halliburton now both in the backcourt. This is a very talented Indiana Pacers team. And are we... I have had literal god squads in this game. Oh my god, Josh Giddey. I have had like Merchant of Death good teams, and I haven't gone, 12-0 in the first 3 rounds of the playoffs before. How is this the team that's doing it? No disrespect, because we're good, and now we're running back the finals, but like, I don't think we... Okay, is this where it's gonna... Okay, yeah. That's where the line... That's what should have happened in year 1. And I was obviously caught a little bit off guard by just the championship run. I probably still should have made, a major upgrade. I didn't because I believe this team. But I don't know. What an all-time weird rebuild. And Josh Giddey played very, very well. Just looking at his numbers right there, was really, found his groove here in Chicago and emerged as a really solid option for us. So... weird rebuild. Very, very weird rebuild. It was a fun rebuild. It was just a very confusing rebuild. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Obviously, tomorrow is the NBA draft, so we will go ahead and have some content after that in terms of, prospect rebuilds, all those fun things, and 5-year rebuilds. Very much looking forward to it. So that's it for me. Of course, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.